I'm very much a Java player. I used to play Bedrock a lot, but that was years ago on my crappy little iPhone and Kindle where I used to make interesting videos. Oh, 7. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Eventually I kind of grew out of Bedrock, and when I started playing Java I just stopped touching it. Since then I think I've hopped on the big bandwagon of Java being better than Bedrock. I'm one of those players now. Despite that, it doesn't really feel like I've ever given Bedrock a fair shot, considering my only real Bedrock experience is on a terrible laggy Kindle. Today, I intend to rectify that. Today I will be attempting to get every Bedrock achievement. All 130, and dear god, is it going to be a long one, because what even are half of these achievements? I will say that despite me having 0 worlds and only downloading the PC version of Bedrock, like, not long ago and having no achievements, I still have part of adventuring time. And also 3,473 hours played. And somehow I have a 0 gamer score. I have to assume this is from that one time I joined the Bedrock server a few months ago, played one game of like survival games and left. I literally do not know what else it could be. We're gonna just pretend I know what's going on with that. With that said, opened the game, smacked on this basic white-haired gamer boy skin because it was the first one I saw and I'm not downloading anything else from the marketplace, why does that exist? And loaded up a new world. Started off with the basics, beat up a tree, make a crafting table, get a wooden sword and pickaxe, 5 achievements off the bat. Getting wood, taking inventory, benchmarking, time to mine and time to strike. I did spend a hot minute fiddling with my settings and struggling to comprehend why my achievement data was so damn delayed that I got it in the menu, but I guess that's fine. And for some reason the screen recording never recorded the achievement pop-ups. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. I'll do my best to get it fixed before the next time, but no promises, but trust me, they happened. Anyway, murdered a cow to get the cow tipper achievement and skittered over to a ruined portal I saw across this lake. Something I noticed was that my game is framey, kind of, like jittery, but also I don't have the best PC, so that could just be a me problem, I'm not entirely sure. Somehow I got adventuring time while running over there. Not really sure how, and I don't think I should count it, but I have the achievement now, and I was probably gonna get it anyway, so we'll move on. Oh, I also got introduced to Bedrock's weird spawning mechanics. Why does it do that? What? Slaughtered some animals, including a pig, and then looted this ruined portal for some gold armor before deciding to set up a base nearby. Sat down on my crafting table, made a stone pickaxe for getting an upgrade. Realized I need more stone, went to go do that. Made a furnace for Hot Topic, and then cooked and ate a pork chop for pork chop. They really named that one well. Made a shovel and a hoe to knock out both Also made a shovel and a hoe to knock out both more tools and time to farm before dumping some of the crap I didn't need, cooking a bit more food, spreading enough to try and find a cave. But not before getting jumped, but it's actually kinda cool sleeping animation. Well done, Bedrock, you have that going for you, that was kinda sick. I was trying to find a cave, but I found a pillager outpost. That's gonna be useful later. I also managed to flashbang myself while taking a screenshot. Free doesn't, like, exist, so... Oh, really cool, Bedrock. Eventually found a cave and got Monster Hunter while killing the skeleton, and then immediately almost died. Bedrock combat confuses me because I'm convinced the skeleton shot me and propelled me forward. Replay the clip, look at that. I went towards it when it shot me. I don't understand. It does that throughout the video. I don't understand why it kept doing that. Is there something I'm missing? Aside from that, mining session was actually kind of peaceful. Got some iron for acquired hardware and some other stuff, but didn't make a helmet until I got home for some reason. On the way home, found a jungle, grabbed some cocoa beans. Why didn't I get bamboo? I need that. Also shot a creeper, got the archer achievement, and then I finally made an iron helmet, which I don't know why it took me so long to do that, but it worked, so I won't complain. Decided to focus on some domestic stuff, planted some cocoa beans, getting wood to build a house, took a detour to get some music discs for some reason. Also, what the hell is the aim on these skeletons? This is painful to watch. Like, look at this. Man just stops being interesting. That is an uninterested man. What the hell? Started flattening the area to start building some farms and animal pens. Then a wandering trader spawned. Spent a few seconds being baffled at some of these traders. Like, why can you sell a water bottle? Is that a new feature? What? Why do you need this? Then I murdered his llamas. After a bit more terraforming, finally decided to make the foundation to my house. Started building up from there. And then I murdered the trader. Started making some farms because food was starting to become a problem. Did more house building and wood gathering. Honestly, that's all I did for a bit. Did some nice texturing and stuff though. Like, look at this. I'm not a builder, but this is cute. Put down some animal pens, more farmings. Fought the most annoying enderman ever. Why are you running? Put some chickens into this pen. Put a cow in this one. Made a cute looking roof. Look at this. Look at it. I am such a builder. House looks super good. If you don't look at it from this angle anyway, the roof looks kind of weird back here. Got another cow. Found another wandering trader. Smacked another enderman who... Oh, he left. Okay. Well, I guess I'll work on a cow. Oh my god! Yeah, endermen are annoying in this version. They like to leave. Anyway, moved all my stuff inside. Made the interior look a little nicer. Moved cocoa bean farm. Killed more llamas. Did exactly 0 storage organization as I put the chest in. Put a campfire under this beehive that spawned when I grew a tree for later on. I said he got the repopulation achievement when I bred 2 bees, which I think it's funny that I got it from random bees and not the literal animal farm, but maybe that's just me. Decided to go on another trip because God forbid I do anything. Found a village with a bunch of potatoes, so I took those. And my water also did this disrespectful crap. What the hell, Minecraft? Wasn't exactly eventful, just ran around some caves, got some diamonds, and another achievement. Found a mine shaft, somehow didn't die, ended up with a good amount of stuff, ran back to the house. On the way back, grabbed some carrots from this other village I found. Spent a hot minute here being confused because I thought you needed a shovel to make a boat, but they changed it. Also, I looted the outposts on the way back, noting down the allies that I'd need for later on. Okay, something I hate about Bedrock though is that if it's raining, monsters will just spawn. This is daytime, it is light. Just because there's clouds does not mean you get to live rent-free. This is painful. I went to bed immediately. Cut down some more trees, add the potatoes and carrots to my farm, smelt more stuff, add windows to my house, expand my storage, light up the house, add an interior ceiling kind of thing so it looks a little bit neater. Finally finish adding those trapdoors for the extra details, add a little path, take a nice nap, make 4 diamond iron and then immediately store it away and continue wearing iron because I do not trust the mobs in this game to not absolutely murder me. And I, for some reason, just have a moment with the torches. Alright then, don't know what that was. Hey, what's the purpose of this world again? Oh yeah. So after however many in-game days, I finally remember what I meant to be doing and start going for some of the easier achievements. Crafting the hay bales I got from that village into bread for the baked bread achievement. Walking outside, seeing the sheep, immediately turning around to make some shears and have a shear full day, like. Also, I started trying to get the Iron Belly achievement, which is just where you eat rotten flesh to stop starvation. So I had to make myself hungry and that looks a little like this. I then got bored of doing that and decided to do something else until I ran out of hunger. Grabbed some sugar, wheat, milk, eggs, and made a cake. And then I displayed it in my house for some reason. Then I went back to absolutely concussing myself in the doorway of my house. Finally started starving, which is such a sentence. And chugged down some rotten flesh. Finally got that goddamn achievement. That was painful. And then I decided it's time to make some actual game progress. Smack together an enchanting table, start building a nether portal, building it off that ruined portal, head on inside to get that achievement too. And I spawn right next to a water forest biome. I get some gold, and then this happens. Yeah, I was pretty annoyed I had to put the game down for a day. It's so hard to hit these gas balls back and you regenerate health so slowly. And that zoom out when you die feels like a personal attack. I went back through to grab my stuff, but the gas was still there and shot at me a second time, so I lost all my armor, but at least I got my diamond horse back. I immediately dipped, deciding this is a future savvy problem and make a new set of iron armor. I am suddenly so glad for past me deciding to put that diamond armor away. Oh my god. I got my bearings and decided I wanted to go back to the outpost and do a few more achievements. Grabbed a few of the allies since I decided to try and get the birthday song achievement. I didn't mean to let all of the allies out, but you know what, those guys can go free. Go on, little guy, go free! Go free! Oh, they're all so dead. Anyway, what you're meant to do to get this achievement is give some ally a cake and then have it drop on a note block, but I don't really understand the mechanics. Maybe I'm just stupid, or it's been a while and I'm just not up to date, but I just don't know how this mechanic worked. It took me a few attempts, but I managed to get it to work eventually, but I won't complain. Then locked one of the allies in my house and tied him to a fence post. I don't really know why. Started going for some of the fish achievements next. First trying to get a fish the old-fashioned way. And naturally the first thing I fish up is a stick. I got the fish next time, it's fine, but still. Also, did you know on Bedrock you can get baby salmon? So I immediately abducted him from his family. Then I threw the fish I caught earlier into a furnace and ate him. Threw a piece of wood into a furnace to make charcoal, then I placed a sign. I was then very confused because I didn't get the achievement for either of these, but turns out I can't read, since for renewable energy you need to make a charcoal with a charcoal, and for it to sign, the sign specifically has to be oak, because the game's picky like that. So I just labelled the bees with a bunch of signs instead, in case anyone needed that. Also got the Be Our Guest achievement, since I need honey for a couple achievements later on. Also, is this a Bedrock thing? Because I just got like 3 beehives growing here, so you never get this many in Java. Is that weird? Am I just out of touch? I have no idea what's going on. Also, this bee was just caged in a leaf. It's okay, I'll let him out. Anyway, you'll never guess what I did next. I went mining, again. I mean, I got sneak 100 and a good amount of diamonds, so it wasn't the worst thing ever. But I swear, so much of my footage is just me mining. And for some reason, the ally came with me. He totally died, by the way. I never saw him again. While we're here, let me use this opportunity to explain how much I hate the Bedrock combat system. It has the good one without the timed hits, so you'd think it would be better, but it just isn't. And maybe it's just me, but I cannot get used to the fact that you have to crouch to use a shield in this version. Just let me right click. The game also just mass spawns mobs right in front of you. I'm guessing to add difficulty, but it's just so annoying. And the skeletons, don't even get me started on the skeletons. I don't know why, but their AI is just weird. They have like a gun. Why do they have a gun? I'll be standing still and they can't hit me, but if I'm walking they have aimbot. What's AI on these things? Admittedly, it's a lot easier to fight off a baby zombie when you don't have to worry about timing your hits, but that doesn't help when a game just spawns a horde in the same block. I just cannot stand the combat system on this version. Like, is this just a skill issue? Am I just bad? Also, I didn't mention it before, but sometimes when I got hit, I would just kind of phase into the block. Like, it just stops me from seeing, and it's super weird. Like, what is going on? Why am I becoming incorporeal? What is this version of Minecraft? Anyway, I finally claw my way out of that cave, sprint back home, almost get murdered by a witch. And then I have to wait like 10 minutes to regain my health because regeneration on this game is slow as all hell. Once I get home, started working on some more achievements. Smell everything baffled me. I'm not smart enough for this. All you have to do, connect 3 chests to the furnace with 3 hoppers. And for some reason I just didn't understand. I looked at tutorials. I used a trap chest in 2 normal chests because I thought the double chest wouldn't count. I did like 4 separate models. I copied the image on the picture of the achievement. I just didn't know what I was doing and I couldn't figure it out. I was convinced I'd have to like ask someone out in real life for help. But then I looked before I started writing the script and apparently I got it at some point, so I don't know which one of them works, but one of these did. Moving on. Super fuel was easy enough. Just grab some lava from the ruined portal, smack it in a furnace, boom, achievement got. Easy, done. Another trader spawned, what is up with these guys? Like, I keep getting them. It's like the 3rd or 4th guy, I don't know. Anyway, I decided to trade my water bucket because I was like, oh, infinite emeralds. I can go refill the bucket afterwards and trade for more. Because that's how it usually works, right? No, this guy just took my bucket. Like, you can see the confusion here. Like, what is going on? Why are you doing this to me? Sticky situation was kind of easy too. Just made a honey block and messed around with it. Jumped off a little tower, sliding down it, and then doing this. Can we talk about how uncomfortable this will be in real life? Like, oh my god, ew. I did try to do wax on, wax off, but I waxed it and then took it off and then didn't get the achievement, so I actually looked at it and then realized I can't read again, and it literally says all copper blocks, so once again, future savvy problem. Tie-dye outfit. I forgot about this feature, honestly. Like, who is actually dyeing the leather armor? I have never seen anyone use that. Anyway, because I am mature and responsible, I dyed it piss yellow. Then I put it on an armor stand. I'm not really sure why either. Then, like a flashback from Breath of the Wild, I remembered something. A contraption I made once, way back in, like, 2019. A farm, but not just any farm. A sugarcane farm that only worked because of one very important mechanic. I ran over to my chest, grabbing bone meal in a desperate frenzy. Was I just wrong? Was this real? Or was this a Legacy Edition feature I had just forgotten and, like, incorporated into my consciousness? Like, Netherwart being able to grow on random soul sand in the Nether, which is why I'm still confused every time I'm in the Nether. Why is this a thing? I ran to my farm. You can bone meal sugarcane in this version. I admit this is something I would kill for in Java. It takes so long to get enough paper if you're just using sugarcane. Bone mealing sugarcane. They have this and we don't. We're behind. We're missing out on something. Using way too much bone meal, I grabbed some leather, smacked together some bookshelves for the librarian achievement, and eventually start getting enchantments. I did just kind of smack it in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's no setting here. I just kind of put it in the ground. And it's not fully powered up yet, but, progress is progress. I also make a dispenser for an achievement and then put it in my house. Why am I displaying it? Then I set up an impromptu shooting range for Bullseye. Fun fact, it took so long for the Xbox achievement thing to pop up that the arrows just despawned as it popped up. Like, you can't see it, but trust me, this happened. And so, after all of that, how far in were we? Surely we made some progress. We've been playing for a good few real-life days now. 30%. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. A lot of this stuff is locked behind, like, beating the game and grinding and traversing and the end and the never. And some of these aren't going to be too difficult, but, like, some of these I am not looking forward to at all. Like, Star Trader's just gonna be annoying. And I don't have friends who have Bedrock, so I hope these 2 achievements can just be done on, like, a server somehow. And I'm not looking forward to these ones. Anyway, I think that's good for one video. I need a long nap. I'll see you guys in the next one where we focus on getting more progression done, mostly focusing on the Nether. I just need to beat the game.